to Between Seven Mountains. My guest today is a singer-songwriter with a fascinating story who has traveled the world and entertained audiences both live and virtually with her work in merging music with virtual technology. Having many of her songs enjoyed by millions around the globe on hugely successful game titles such as Just Dance, selling over 25 million copies worldwide, and being one of the first artists ever to have her music handpicked for the franchise, among stars like Robbie Williams and Rihanna. Her career path has taken her from Norway to the UK and Los Angeles to Canada, and is now looking to the future of the music scene with innovative real-time technology backing her launch. So, please welcome Anja. So, Anja.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming to Between Seven Mountains. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
You have an incredibly interesting story when it comes to your music and your start. Would you like to share a little bit about that?
Yeah. Well, I went to the Paul McCartney School in Liverpool. After that, I started traveling between Liverpool and London, looking for new opportunities and what the future would hold for me. I started collaborating with a manager that's actually the cousin of Rihanna.
Wow.
He had a big network, obviously, and he really saw my talent and saw my passion for music.
Okay.
So we started traveling, like we went to Barbados to hold TV shows and live shows.
Wow.
And then we decided to go to Los Angeles. So we moved there and we started living at the Hilton Hotel. So we started at the top and then it went downwards.
Only downhill from
there because we were obviously running out of money and all of that. So
whose decision was it to start at the Hilton?
Well, actually the story is he had a high-end producer friend and he picked us up in a limo. Like a hammer at the airport in LA.
That was your first?
That was my first meeting with LA, and I was like, yeah, I'm home.
You're feeling it then.
Yeah. And the true story, like he actually took us to he had like a side project, which was his factory, where he was like creating products, weed products.
Oh, okay.
So it was quite...
It's California.
Yeah, it's legal. So it's quite weird to see like the inside of a sort of weed factory with a lot of Mexicans, like small people working like 24 hours a day.
Goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was like, yeah, you can stay with me, no problem. And then he drove us to the Hilton and was like, yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. And we never saw him again.
You never saw him again?
Never.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Did that ruin your impression?
No, I was like, yeah, be my Bernard McIntosh. I was like, okay, well, what's the plan? What are we going to do? So we actually stayed in hostels because I was like, okay, I don't want to go back to Norway or like I want to keep reaching for this dream, and I was so hell-bent on that. So we stayed in different hostels, and actually some of the hostels, like big celebrities who are famous today, actually stayed in some of those hostels in the beginning of their career. So
wow,
yeah,
interesting.
It was challenging, and but then after that, obviously we ended up staying in a car for 6 months.
6 months in a car?
6 months in the car. And my mom was like calling me, okay, when are you going to come home? I was like, yeah, don't worry, it's fine. I'm going to come home soon. I just have to, to do this thing.
Yeah.
So, but the thing is, like, I was collaborating with high-end producers that I was working with the best. And like going to parties with A celebrities, and then that contrast between like being around people living the high life to going back to the car, that was quite interesting.
Yeah.
But for me, like when I look back at it, it's like I'm so proud of myself for actually having the courage to do that.
Yeah, it must be a very interesting thing to just look back on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I lived in a car for 6 months.
And then you kind of like feel like what's the core of what you really want to do. Like if you have the drive to actually do the work and to make it. So
I'm sure most people would have given up by that point.
Yeah.
you kept true.
And then after that, we had an opportunity from Ubisoft in Montreal, and they were looking for one artist to feature, to be like the face of the Just Dance video games in Montreal.
Fantastic.
So I recorded the demo, and they called me or called Bernard McIntosh the day after, and they were like, "Okay, we want to send you to Montreal."
Wow.
So we
How did
went.
that feel?
We were like packing out our suitcases from the car,
Yeah.
getting into a taxi and going to the airport, and then when we came to Montreal, they were picking us up in a limousine and driving us to the 5-star hotel. So I was like on the floor crying because I could order room service and eat as much as I wanted. I was like, yay!
This is not the best bit.
So and then they decided that they wanted me to be like the face of the Just Dance video game and be the artist that they were gonna like give everything.
So you were the main artist for the game.
Yeah, like next side of Rihanna, Black Eyed Peas, etc.
Incredible opportunity.
And I actually met Rihanna when I was in Montreal, and she was like congratulating me for like being on the same game as her, and
That must have felt amazing.
so that was quite crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So the music industry has been heavily affected by COVID,
It has.
stopping concerts and festivals all over the world. How have you seen from your personal experience how the music industry has adapted to this change?
Well, obviously, a lot of artists worldwide are suffering because of COVID-19 now. And on a positive side, I think, it allows people to think different and to think how new technology can create opportunities. Like, for example, with virtual concerts and live streaming. And obviously, from my experience working with Myreze, creating a virtual concert, it's exciting how you can actually use innovative technology to enhance storytelling.
And to continue on that point, that song that you performed at IBC in 2018, Las Vegas, Mother Nature.
Yes,
an incredible
it's called
song.
Mother Nature. Check it out.
Check it out, guys. You performed in a virtual world.
Yeah.
And if I'm correct in saying you helped create the concept for it and everything, would you like to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. Well, I decided to write a song about, the environment and how humanity has affected the planet in a bad way, and to incorporate that with like metaphors and telling the story in a way that hopefully moves people. So I wrote a concept around like Mother Earth being like this person, like a female, and Myreze created a concept around that, like being Mother Nature, lying in the water, and so I feel like the combination with visual communication and real-time technology really enhances the storytelling aspects and hopefully touches people.
It absolutely does. It touched me. It was a fantastic video. It's a fantastic song, and everyone should really be trying that out. Check it out. So you have a great angle on virtual technology. You have a lot of experience in it. Is this something that you've always been interested in?
I think I first got noticed it from working with TV Norway and the game show, the interactive game show Lost in Time. That's when I really opened my eyes for how incredible this technology is, and it allows for endless possibilities, in terms of motion capture suits and creating virtual artists, and it's just endless opportunities.
Is this something that you think you might do more of in the future, more virtual
Definitely.
concerts?
I have a lot of future projects that's combining real-time technology with
Fantastic.
music.
We can look forward to that.
Yeah.
So you spoke about Ubisoft earlier. Am I right in saying that you had a deal there that turned a little bit complicated?
It did.
Yeah.
And I think most people who's been in the music industry know that it's quite challenging industry to be in. So that's also sort of the reason why I went back to Norway. And now with the technology you have available, it's incredible that you don't have to actually be in a different country to collaborate with people worldwide. But obviously, yes, Ubisoft had a deal with a label in Montreal, and Ubisoft was trying out this label thing for the first time, and they had some clashes between each other, and I just decided to move away and start fresh and do something different. So on a positive side, I really like to be involved in all aspects of the creative process. So like creating concepts and like now with the real-time technology, being a part of creating, like combining music with real-time technology, without having anyone like deciding what I should do and what I shouldn't do, and you know.
Yeah, now is the time to experiment.
It is.
With these things.
Yeah.
It's changing at a rapid pace, and
it is.
we look forward to seeing what comes.
Yeah.
So you've lived all over the world, frankly. You've lived in Oslo, you've lived in Dubai, you've lived in the north of Norway, and you've lived here.
Yeah.
How does Bergen compare to all the places that you've lived before?
I love the rain.
You love it?
No,
so.
not
Is this
really.
all we get?
No, I love Bergen. It's a nice city, nice people. I'm not a big fan of Oslo. I feel like I'm more at home in Bergen.
Is that the small town feel? Is that
I think it's a small town feel, and like if you look back at previous generations, like Bergen and north of Norway was, you know, communicating a lot.
Yes.
So I think I have a natural gene that goes well with people from Bergen. I don't know.
No, I imagine if you were coming from a small town and you had the choice between Oslo and Bergen, I think Bergen would be the most, at least the most cozy, cozy option, a bit more familiar, I think.
Exactly.
Do you feel that Bergen is a very creative place? And if so, how has it affected your creativity?
I feel Bergen is really a really creative place, and obviously the rain makes us stay inside, and now with COVID-19 you can stay inside and just be creative and make music or do whatever. So I think it's definitely enhanced my creativity, and you know, looking at all these amazing artists coming out of Bergen, like Aurora and Kygo and Alan Walker. It's
the city's on fire.
Yeah, it is.
It really
is.
It really is. Yeah, there's a lot of people coming from this city, and I think sitting indoors, needing to be creative, I think that's the main thing. You know. So you've achieved a lot of things in your career. Is there anything else left that you want to achieve?
There's a million things.
Yeah.
There is so many things. Like now I'm focusing on obviously what I told you about combining music with real-time technology.
Yes.
And all the technology that goes along with that. We have a lot of future projects that's actually very confidential, so I can't reveal it. But a lot of great projects, and then obviously I have an album coming out next year.
Okay.
Yes. Finally.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
That's something we can look forward to.
Yes.
So, that's all the questions I have for now.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching Seven Mountains, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Anja. Please come again.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you for watching.